John Neely Bryan. This is his one-room log cabin off the Trinity River, which later in 1856 would be incorporated as Dallas, Texas. Now let's go ahead a little bit in the future and look at what Dallas looked like later on in that century. From log cabin to this. I bet you didn't think that's what it was going to turn into, did you? This is the third city hall of Dallas, Texas. It was built from 1882 to 1889. That's a 7-year build, guys. Horse-drawn wagons, of course it takes 7 years, right? Well, guess what? In 1910, just 10 years after this 7-year intricate freaking building was built, they tore it down for another structure we'll be talking about very soon. But let's go back to John Neely Bryan. Here's his log cabin next to the 2-year county courthouse build without its clock tower, because you know they gotta chop that thing off and put a new one back on. It was catching too much ether, man. John Neely Bryan, the history says, went insane after incorporating Dallas. He would die at 66 years old in the Austin Insane Asylum. The same asylum that would have 12 patients at its opening in 1861, then miraculously at the end of the century would have 700 patients. It's almost like John Neely Bryan was inconvenient. Maybe he was just another man pushed into an institution and called insane. Maybe John Neely Bryan knew that the log cabin story was baloney. And you might be thinking, Mainstream Melvin, why is it baloney? Well, this county courthouse of Dallas, with its clock tower now, was a 2-year build from 1890 to 1892. And that could never happen. And on top of that, Melvin, the Oriental Hotel was going up the same time the county courthouse was. This hotel was funded by Adolphus Busch, Anheuser-Busch. He also built across the street about 20 years later a hotel by the name of the Adolphus Hotel. Of course the billionaire puts his name on a hotel that was already standing there. Of course. This hotel was sitting on the same land that the city hall, the third city hall that we saw at the beginning, was standing on. And guess how long this Adolphus Hotel took? You're never gonna believe it. From June 22nd, 1910 to the grand opening in October of 1912, it took roughly 16 months to build this must-be papier-mâché hotel. Let's get a close-up. Melvin, I can't help you if this says 16 months it took to build. I can't help you. I can't help you anymore if you're not going to get on board, okay? Not only that, the Adolphus Hotel is standing right next to the Magnolia Hotel. It was done in 17 months. 17 months. You already know the post office was going to look like this. You knew it was going to look like this by now. You should. And if the post office looks like that, then the Baptist church, you already know, is going to look like a mighty fortress. Just like Galveston, there was an Ursuline Academy in Dallas. And just like Galveston, Nicholas J. Clayton did this one too. There was also a St. Mary's College, which I didn't know about. Here's the students laying the cornerstone for St. Mary's College, or switching it. They might be switching it out. I don't know. 19th century Dallas right here. Something sticks out though in it. I think it's that building. What is that? City National Bank. It was built in 1 year as well, 1902 to 1903. Adolphus Busch did it again, dog. This is a 3-year build. Only 3 years. Public library, not the Carnegie. That's interesting. Presbyterian Church, on par. First Church of Christ Scientist. What? Dallas had fairs and expositions at the end of the 19th century. I had no clue. The 1880s, 1890s. There were some weird attractions though. The human roulette wheel. Ouch. That doesn't look amusing at all. And of course, with all these fairs and expositions at this time, they had to have baby incubators. Listen guys, Dallas is a big city. There's so much more, but I hope you liked this one. Love y'all and have a good day.